What's going on, everybody? It's Warren. Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder. This is going to be my Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 4 ending explained video plus a theory, and wow, what an episode. It was a great episode, and if you haven't seen it, this is your spoiler warning. It's an ending explained video, so naturally I'm going to be talking about the ending. A very, very brutal ending. And if you have seen it, let me know what you would rate this episode out of 10 in the comments down below. First thing to note is I believe this is the first time we've ever really seen blood on Captain America's shield. If it's not the first time, it is definitely one of the very, very few times. Steve Rogers was not a brutal person. In fact, he was a man of mercy. And in fact, in this episode, we saw a lot of John Walker realizing that he is not Steve Rogers. And in fact, that's where we're going to start off, in that big scene where the Dora Milaje show up, start fighting everybody, and Zemo gets away. This is actually a pretty critical point to the ending. In the scene, John Walker, being incredibly stupid, goes up against the Dora Milaje. Now, if you're not familiar with who they are, if you didn't catch on, they are from Wakanda, and they are an elite group of female bodyguards in Wakandan Special Forces. One of their main tasks is guarding and protecting the king, and that's why they're here for Zemo. Zemo killed King T'Chaka, who they were supposed to be protecting, so naturally they are trying to kill Zemo. Now, John Walker tries to go against them in his own stupid way, and he gets his butt kicked, and this is where he gets the realization that he just got his butt kicked by people who weren't even super soldiers. John Walker is trying to be a good Captain America, and in his head he is most likely trying to be better than Steve Rogers. However, Steve Rogers had the super soldier serum and was an incredible person, and John Walker has been getting his butt kicked by the Flag Smashers, who are super soldiers, so he's starting to realize that without the serum he can't really keep up or be as good as Steve Rogers was, not only physically but mentally as well. We hear him and Lemar Hoskins have a very deep conversation about what the serum could do to a person. Now, of course, at this point in time, we know that all of the serum has been destroyed except for one vial that John Walker has in his pocket that nobody knows about. However, he's afraid to take it because he worries what will happen to him morally if he takes it. However, his good buddy Lemar essentially tells him that he's a good person and it's only going to bring out his good person even more, essentially saying that the serum would make a good person great and a bad person even worse. This is a really important part that we'll get to in just a bit. Now, in this episode, Sam tried to talk to Karli alone, and it actually went very well. He was appealing to Karli, and perhaps maybe even started to kind of change her mind, but of course John Walker showed up and screwed the whole thing up. But Karli did kind of trust Sam, which is why she ends up calling Sam's sister. She threatens his sister and her two boys, and she does this so she can get a meeting with Sam, and also tries to see what kind of man Sam really is. Is he being led by this new Captain America, or is he somebody that she can trust? Sam's sister gives him the location of where to meet Karli, and him and Bucky go meet her. Now, she explains that she would never hurt Sam's sister, and she doesn't even want to hurt Sam, but he's kind of in her way. So she kind of makes him an offer, either to join her or to simply let her go and get out of her way so she can help the world, at least help them in her eyes. However, Sharon Carter has been tracking John Walker, and she locates him. He's moving in on the Flag Smashers, so once again, he kind of screws everything up. However, this time it's going to have some major consequences. Sam and Bucky take off to go and try to find Walker. Walker and Hoskins enter the building, and the Flag Smashers end up taking Lemar and tying him up. Now, this is where we see John Walker smash through a door, and he kind of just stands there and kind of contemplates something. Now, what he's thinking about here is the fact that he is a lot stronger now. John Walker actually took the super soldier serum, and he is feeling how much stronger he is. It's starting to kick in. He goes into the next room and starts fighting with one of the Flag Smashers, and we see him throw the shield, and it gets shoved inside of the wall because he threw it so hard. His strength is already showing. Sam and Bucky arrive on the scene, and this is where we really start to see that John Walker took the serum. We see one of the Flag Smashers come flying out of a door down the stairs. He grabs a metal pipe, goes to hit John Walker, but John Walker blocks it. Then he bends it himself and throws the Flag Smasher. He was once overpowered by the super soldiers, but now him being a super soldier himself is not overpowered. Sam watches this whole thing go down, and he says, "What did you do?" realizing that John Walker did take a super soldier serum. However, no time to talk, as John Walker tells him that the Flag Smashers have Lemar. Here Sam and John Walker start to fight two of the Flag Smashers, and here we start to really see how strong John Walker is. He throws the shield like Captain America, and he's holding his own against the Flag Smashers. In fact, he's actually kind of winning for the most part. Sam also holds his own, and Bucky shows up taking care of business. Two Flag Smashers manage to hold down John Walker, and Karli comes in with a knife about to kill John Walker, but Lemar has broken free and he saves John Walker by tackling Karli. However, Karli immediately punches Lemar, and she's a super soldier and he isn't, so it sends him flying and he hits his head on a concrete pillar and it kills him. Now, Lemar was a good man. He was simply an innocent bystander in all of this, a person trying to be good. And everybody knows that, including the Flag Smashers, which is why when he dies, they run. And they realize the severity of what just happened. Lemar was famous. He was the sidekick of the new Captain America. He was Battlestar. And even though I did predict that he was going to die in a video I did yesterday, I'm really sad about this. I actually liked his character. He kept John Walker in check, which is going to be a problem now that he's gone. As we can see by the very last scene in this episode, John Walker loses it. But I don't blame him. They essentially just killed his best friend. And now with super soldier serum pumping through his veins, he runs after the Flag Smashers. He jumps through the window, does a superhero landing on top of a car, and although it was Karli that killed Lemar, Nico was the first Flag Smasher that John Walker caught up to, throwing the shield at him, knocking him to the ground, in which he screams, "It wasn't me." And John Walker knows that it wasn't him. He even says, "Where is she?" But he doesn't care because he's in a rage. With Nico on the ground, he starts to throw the shield at him even more, knocking him back even more until eventually he raises the shield just like Captain America did to Iron Man in Captain America Civil War. Although instead of just going for the arc reactor to depower Iron Man's suit, John Walker in this case bashes Nico until he kills him. He straight up brutally murders him in front of a lot of people who are all recording on their phones everything that just happened. So essentially the whole entire world is about to see the new Captain America brutally and viciously murder somebody. So what happens from here? Well, John Walker is most likely not going to be able to remain being Captain America. The US government will most likely not want somebody who just viciously murdered somebody in front of the entire world, thanks to the internet, to be their symbol of their country, to be the symbol of hope. This is ultimately going to lead to Sam finally getting the shield. We've seen Sam with the shield enough times in all of the trailers and the TV spots that we've gotten for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And with only 2 episodes left, it's about time he gets the shield in the next episode. So what I believe is going to happen is either John Walker is going to come to his senses himself and give up the shield to Sam, or the US government is going to try and track down John Walker. Or if it gets pretty extreme and intense, which this last episode definitely was, Sam and Bucky could even take the shield from him. Clearly, John Walker is in an enraged state right now. He pretty much pulled a Star-Lord. He lost control over the death of a loved one and pretty much screwed everything up. But honestly, I blame him for a lot. I blame him for messing up the conversation between Sam and Karli and a lot of other stuff, but I don't blame him for going crazy after Lemar got murdered. I can definitely put myself in his position and see how he would go so crazy and seek revenge, especially with a new dose of super soldier serum flowing through his veins. And another thing is Zemo escaped. Will Zemo return on his own, or will they have to track him down? I believe that he will actually return on his own. In the Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 3, there were times where Zemo could have escaped, but he actually returned. I believe this is because he is actually using Sam and Bucky to try and get rid of the super soldiers. He genuinely wants to get rid of the super soldiers. This was his mission before Captain America Civil War. This is his mission now, and he said he has no intentions on leaving his work unfinished. He disappeared to escape the Dora Milaje, but I think he'll come back when the coast is clear. But let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. Do you think Zemo is going to come back on his own, or they'll have to hunt him down? And let me know in the comments down below what you think is going to happen to John Walker. Don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date on the latest Marvel news and the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Don't forget to like the video, and for live updates, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.